Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter and his wife and girl. They lived together beside the forest, and they were happy until the mother grew ill and passed away. The two of them, the father and the little girl, they did their best to comfort each other. They did their best to get by, but it was difficult. And soon the man's relatives said, "You must remarry. You must find a new wife. Your daughter needs a mother." And so he did find another woman. He married her and he brought her to live with them. And she brought her daughter. Now, this stepmother did not like the woodcutter's daughter. And whenever she could, she gave her horrible jobs to do, things to clean that were dirty and nasty and stinky. She had to go shopping into the village when it was pouring with rain. In all manner of ways, she was mean and cruel to her stepdaughter. And this girl, she tried her best to please her new mother, but it didn't seem to work. And her father said, "Just do what you can, do what she says." Well, then there came a night in the winter time. Snow laid all around, it was cold. And the man said, "Tomorrow I will go and cut wood on the other side of the forest. It's a long way to go and come back in one day, so I'll stay in the woodcutter's little cabin there, and I will see you the day after." The next morning, when he set off, he said to his daughter, "Now be good. Do everything your mother tells you to do." And he left. Well, the stepmother thought this was a perfect opportunity. When it got dark, she told the girl, her stepdaughter, she said, "Get your coat, get your boots on. Take this basket here." She gave her a wicker basket. She said, "Now go out in that forest and don't come back until it's full of strawberries." The girl put on her coat, she put on her boots, she took the basket, she went out. The stars were already coming out. It was very cold. She set off into the forest. But she knew she wouldn't be able to find strawberries in the middle of winter. So she sat down on a log and started to cry. She cried because this woman hated her so much. She had sent her out into this cold weather, into the forest to do something impossible. But when she looked up, she saw something in the trees. There was a fire in the trees. And she thought, well, I don't know who it could be, but at least I can get warm. She made her way over to the fire, and there, when she came to the little clearing, beautiful fire burning, and sitting around it on little tree stumps were 12 small men, 12 elves. And one of them stood up straight away and said, "We've been expecting you. What has that woman asked you to do now?" Well, she was surprised that he knew anything about her stepmother. She was surprised to even see these elves and that they were all smiling and welcoming her to the fire. The little elf said, "Let me introduce myself. We are the 12 months of the year, and I am January. Come and get warm. How can we help?" And the girl said, "Well, I can't go back. I can't go back home until this basket here is full of strawberries. And where am I going to find strawberries at this time of year?" "Ah," said January, "that's no problem at all." And he looked at one of the little men sitting across the fire. He said, "July, take this basket. This is a job for you. So July came round, picked up that basket and disappeared. And then, only a few seconds later, reappeared with the basket full of strawberries. He gave them to the girl and she was amazed. Thank you, she said. Now, said January, July, take one of the burning brands from the fire and lead our friend through the forest back home. Now you know, my dear, if you ever need us, you'll know exactly where to come. We're here, and we're here to help. So July led the girl through the forest back to her cabin, and then bowed and went back to the fire. And she opened the door and stepped inside with the strawberries. Now the stepmother was not expecting to ever see her again. She looked at the strawberries, she took them and she said, "Oh, get your coat off." She took the strawberries and they ate them that night. Now, a couple of weeks went by. It was still cold, it was still winter. Once again, the father said, "I'm going to go to the other side of the forest. I'll stay the night over there." To his daughter, "Be good, just do what she tells you to do." Now, the girl had not mentioned anything about this, anything about having a problem with her stepmother. She didn't say anything about the elves. She just did her best to please her stepmother. Same thing happened. Her father's away. The night comes. The stepmother comes with the basket and said, "Here, coat, boots, out you go, out in those woods. And don't come back until you've got a basket full of blackberries." Now this time, the girl knew where to go. So she took the basket, put her coat on, went out into the woods and went straight to the fire. She said to January, "I need blackberries." January looked at one of the other elves this time and said, "October, this is for you. Take this basket and bring back blackberries." And that's exactly what happened. The girl now has a basket of blackberries. And she's going to go and leave, and October is once again taking something from the fire that will show the way. And then January says, "Before you go, I just want to tell you that you won't see us again. And you won't have any more problems. You'll be fine." She thanked him, she thanked them all. And then she followed October back through the trees all the way home. Once again, when she stepped inside, the stepmother was furious. And she said, "Look, blackberries, strawberries the last time. What are you doing? Where are you getting these from? Tell me the truth." Now, the girl had no reason to lie, and so she just told the truth. She said, "Well, I found the 12 months of the year, these 12 elves, and they helped me." The stepmother said, "You found the 12 months of the year? Do you know how rare it is? Berries? Berries? You could have asked for anything, you idiot girl." And then she called to her own daughter and said, hurry, let's go." So the woman and the stepmother and her daughter, they've now got their hat and their coats on and their boots, and off they go. They go into the forest and they see the fire and they go up there and they say, "Good evening, good evening." January says, "Hello, and what can we do for you?" The woman said, "I know that you are the 12 months of the year. I know that you can grant my wish." "And what is your wish?" said January. "I want diamonds, gold, pearls, silver." "Very well," said January. And he looked at March and he said, "March, can you help with this? can you please take them to where they can find diamonds and gold and pearls and silver?" And March began to blow. Such a wind March blew, and it grew stronger and stronger. It was like a whirlwind, and it picked up the woman and her daughter. It picked them up, and it took them up above the forest, up into the sky, right up into the stars, and left them there in the stars that are like diamonds, up in the sky where the sun is like gold and the moon is like silver or a great pearl. And as for the girl and her father, they had no more trouble. And they lived happily, peacefully, in their cabin together until the end of their story.